to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity. Here with my dear sister, Empress on High, or True Amethyst, for those who don't know. And we will be doing collective energy reading and live donation readings, if you will. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you always know when I'm coming on. And you never know when we're going to get a nice little surprise. Like my dear sister who decided to pop up. So the fact that she's not ready is not her fault. I brought
It's
her
not
up.
my fault. It just really
I
just all
understand.
happened.
Yeah. And we had a little technical difficulties because I kept hitting the button wrong the first time, and then the next time was no audio. So it took me a minute, but here we are. We are here.
Here we are.
Mhm.
We're gonna get
Got
together though.
Gemini Aquarius energy in the house.
You dirty.
Carmen, mamacita, ¿qué pasó? So, we typically do live donation and then well, first start with a collective. However, we got to take care of Miss Carmen first. And then
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
else could get in there. Queen Soul, hey. You know what I just heard? Let your soul glow.
Ah, yeah. Feels so
Anyway,
silky smooth. Oh no. Okay.
I no, this song by Gunna is in replay in my head. I don't know the whole song because I feel like it's one of them short ones, but it keeps saying we gonna fuck the night, we gonna fuck the
Yeah. We go fuck tonight. We
yeah.
go fuck.
I don't know why.
Hey, look at you, sis. Okay, she's out staying here.
I don't understand why that's on repeat in my head, but it may come to us later. I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
But it was like, we gonna fuck the night, we gonna fuck the night. I said, I don't know what the clean. There's a clean version of that. I don't know what that is, but it's I keep hearing either or, but it's not really clear what the other one is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Trying
what up? What up?
to.
What up, collective? All right, so let's bust out Miss Carmen so she can get to bed. 'Cause
Okay, what's Miss Carmen's zodiac sign? Miss Carmen.
Virgo.
What's the zodiac sign?
Virgo, can you hear me? Virgo.
Virgo. Oh. Um, you just let me. You go first. I'm just gonna be cute.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. All right, Spirit. This is about karma. She want to know about what people get in their karma specifically. And her birthday 9/19 with multiple Virgo placements. Chrissy, what up, Chrissy? What up, partner? What's going on with you? All right,
Multiple Virgo placements.
Spirit, give me let's talk about this karma. What karma is somebody in particular getting? Okay.
Can I ask a question though to see if Carmen really wants to know the answer to this? Because like,
Mm-hmm.
don't they deserve the karma they got to use?
Yeah, they deserve the karma. Just want to know what it looked like.
She said I'm nosy.
Yes.
Okay, gives me some feedback to work with.
Let's see. Yep. Tell me more. Oh, so they love life is out of whack. Let's see. Mm. They ain't learned nothing thing. You know, I just heard I ain't learned a thing. That's what I heard. But I heard it in the form of a song. Don't worry about a thing, which is Stevie Wonder's song. But that's how I heard I ain't learned a thing in that tune. It's weird. Because it didn't make sense to me, but maybe it's that life ain't making sense. I don't know. Mhm. Oh, they're in disappointment, likely outcome. So money is slow. Love life is not probably non-existent. They're dissatisfied. They are reckless. They haven't learned a thing. Nine of Wands, and then oh, and Mama is still an issue, but they could either have a feminine energy in their life, or their mom is the overall arching issue to their karma. Well, that's what I feel. And it's not a good thing, even though she's in the upright. They honor her in a way. Um, but she's the reason for the disappointment. She's the reason that they still reckless. They're dissatisfied because I'm getting with the Two of Wands, along with that Knight of Cups in reverse, is that this person is dissatisfied with the way life is, and they're looking for other things. But this is somebody looking for stuff outside of themselves. It's not giving somebody who got that. Ooh, something poking me in my shirt. Got, like they don't know. I've been hearing this all day. Some people don't know who they are. They don't know who they are, meaning they just don't know themselves. They don't realize who they are. They haven't done the shadow work. They haven't sat with what's going on with them. They don't realize their patterns, how they impact others. When they do, they don't necessarily care. They just, sometimes folks just be out in this world aimless. That's what I'm getting. Tell me a little bit more about this Empress, and I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut that. Sharbeezy, hi, how you doing? That's your people, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's my friend.
Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, she the reason. Eight of Swords in reverse. They've been trapped in their mind because of whoever took this Empress energy, and now they're coming out of that entrapment. They might even now know they've been harboring some stuff, but now know she's the reason. I'm hearing Remy Ma. I'm conceited. Something, something, something. I don't
There
know
you
why
go.
I'm hearing so many different songs. But anyway,
Sometimes it comes through like that.
yeah, I'm hearing all these different songs. So, it might be a releasing of this Empress energy. Oh no. Spirit said, okay. Because I kept struggling with why is she upright if she, because I know what I know, right? So let me reel that back. That Empress energy is you. I'm sorry. And that is why she's upright, Spirit said, and your mind is freeing up of them. Now you may be considering like what is their karma. Spirit said they told you by through this reading for sure that they have disappointments and regrets. But they regret because you're free. You're no longer trapped and you're no longer bound by them. So I'm thinking, no, I know that Empress what they got is still very much a part of their life. So yeah, hmm, they can't control you mentally or emotionally or any way that they ever did. That's part of their regret. Because sometimes, people walk away with this thing thinking that, oh, okay, one day they're going to come back and they're going to come get me and then I'm going to be able to control them like I used to. And no, yeah, you are the Empress, the mother. Yeah, you know who you are, and that eight of swords is in reverse. So you're freed. You know what I'm saying. You're not bound. You're not trapped. You're not stuck too. And that disappointment, there's disappointment in that because this person likes to control things and people, and whatever they thought they had over you, they still want that, but they want you to give it to them. The hell was this thing on? Okay, that's my assessment. Spirit gave me.
Well, always just, as we read and when we read together, the message is just co-sign. So I'm just going to co-sign and keep it nice and sweet for you, Carmen. Um, as I was shuffling my Light Seers deck, because I saw the sis had it out, I was like, yeah, better bring that one out. The two cards that fell out was the Tower in reverse and the Two of Cups in the reverse. They sick over
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there. They sick over there. And this fear that they have about the change that comes with no longer having your presence. Now all of a sudden they want to work on communication and working on the connection now. That communication that you told them they needed to get together. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I love about the storage suits, just in general, especially when we start looking towards like the pages are the babies. Okay. They are essentially the ones that are going to be like, "Ooh, let me go find out more, go learn more. Let me learn how I'm going to make sure I'm asking the right questions, saying the right things, doing the right things. You're trying to do the right things too late." And therefore he knows it. They
Mm-hmm.
know it because the fool comes in reverse. Okay. What's interesting about this particular character that didn't come up in this reading that I'm feeling off all of this Virgo energy. Okay. Not to talk conversation for another time. Okay. What's your Virgo self? Is that this person does still want the happy, good feelings with you.
Yep.
They still see the bliss. They still see the, oh, if I could just bring them back over here. I see 10 of Cups, but I see 7 of Cups in the 10 of Cups. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, so they in remorse.
They picked the wrong cup, and now they like, well, what can I do to fix it? However the break in communication was, I really feel like this was wrong, especially since this is in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in that karma that they received back, they realized the importance of how much things could have been different if communication could have just been different.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, so that confirms it because this person is very definitely terrible with communication. Um, and that regret energy, they didn't do right, and they can't undo it. And you're not trying to undo it. So there's the problem here. They can't
Hmm.
get you to undo what they did. And a lot of people in lazy energy like that, that's what they expect somebody else to pick up where they, where they falter. Loving, nurturing, understanding, considerate type of energy. This person's been too reckless with life. So now they're sitting in there in that 5 of Cups energy with spilled milk.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he need to drink from the cup he chose. Exactly. And he don't quite like that cup he chose because he like your cup.
that's where that seven. That's where that 7 of Cup image must have came from for me, choosing the
Mhm.
cups that don't have the best things
Yeah,
in it.
they want your cup and their cup. How that working out? Well, there it is.
There it is. You're very welcome.
No problem. All right, so let's do a live collective. Anybody wants a live donation reading? Oh, let me pin the comments. My bad. Mm-mm. Why I can't get that song on my damn head?
I don't know.
We getting up tonight. We get up.
I guess hubby better take care of some things after this live is over.
I'll be sleep, girl. I'm about to be
Wake
sleep.
him up, okay? Wake him up. You know what it
Wait,
is,
later.
okay? We ain't
No,
got time for this.
I
Wake
don't.
your ass
It's on
up.
repeat, and I didn't hear it. That's the crazy part. Sometimes I'll hear the song and I can't let it go till I get a message. This one here is just out the blue.
Hmm.
So maybe somebody doing some risque things with their body. I don't know.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
All right, you ready? I'll let you start with the collective, and I'll follow.
Oh, okay, okay, girl. All right, well, let me shuffle on some energy for the collective then.
And
All
while
right.
here, y'all wish my girl a happy birthday for Sunday. Our expect
Thank
to be on
you.
Sunday, so we got to shout her out while we can.
Yeah, yeah. But ooh, Sunday. I plan on having a good time. That's all that matters. Is I'll be turning 42. Can you believe
Wow.
that?
I remember
42.
those days.
They ain't that far behind, so hush. Okay, okay. What was that? All but like 4 years ago. Stop playing with us. Stop
Oh, well,
playing with us.
actually, I haven't reached it. I'm still 29.
There you go. Even better. Okay.
They say
They said that at my job today. They was like, oh, um,
they say happy birthday, sis.
they said, oh, thank you. They was like, oh, you 21? I said, no, I gotta be at least 25 so I can get in the 25 and up club. Dang. Yeah, I'm trying to be with the grown people at. Okay.
Right, that part. I
I'm
can rent a
trying to
car.
sell my liquors. Okay.
What you say? I can
All
rent
right,
a
let me.
car at 25.
Right. My I might have been okay with 30 while you're playing. Let's see what we got
Mhm.
here. Let me spare. Okay, let me. Aquarius vibes, air sign energy, all up in the house. But this is for the collective. So, if this message resonates with y'all, let it be so. If this does not, take the pieces that feel right for you, leave the rest for somebody else. And let's dive into what we're going to start off with this collective reading here. I've got body work. Oh, Lord.
Woo. Just put
I
your
think
finger on
those are
the
legs.
part.
It's safe. It's safe. Those are legs. Those are legs.
Those are legs. What the
You know,
hell
I'm
they
trying to
got?
pull some dicks out. I ain't really messed. It looks like she got like,
What
I don't know
the?
if that's supposed to be a tattoo or. Oh wait, no, no, I see it. Okay, so this is her arm with the tattoo. That her areola is covered properly,
Okay.
and then this is her leg. Let me put this
Oh,
on camera. Sorry,
oh,
YouTube. Didn't
oh,
know the first
oh.
time. I didn't know just playing with the dick. But body work for us. Okay, I know this is for me. I might be talking to myself tonight. It's for the collective, and I'm part of the collective. So we're gonna take body work, okay, and we're gonna work on our bodies. I don't even want to do new year, new me. It's however you want to work and improve your body.
Right.
Period. Point blank. You know, however that looks for you, but you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, right,
All
right.
right. Next one is deep knowing.
Mm.
Deep knowing that you're asking you to put in that work to get that body right. Okay. Fuck around with y'all. Y'all gonna find out tonight. One more card. No, but seriously though, on the deep knowing. Okay, what I like about this particular image here, that blue, that calming, that communication, throat chakra, it's not also about what you know, but what you learn. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I really feel big swords energy off of this one here. So in the matters of working on yourself, body, mind, because that's what I'm really feeling. Where we go from body work to deep knowing. Deep knowing is mental. That's your mind. That's that energy vibes. You know, I feel there, right? And then
Mhm.
let's see, the last card gives us finish line. Bitch, we go. That means success, ho. Okay.
Mhm.
That means success, ho. That means we put in that work to put in our mind to get our body right, right, and then we come through with our mind energy. Not
Mhm.
only do we work on that mental game, but that deep knowing is trust. I also feel like this very much an intuition card.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because once you can work on your vessel, no matter the way your mind can expand and open, to
Mhm.
allow that deep knowing to come through and to really follow in there. And the finish line just tells me you get what you manifest. You put in the work, okay? You
Mhm.
do the studying, you grow the knowledge, you grow the communication, and you finish at the end of the day. All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go over to my tarot real quick. Just hit one of these on each one real quick. All right, just one real quick, and then we're gonna pass it off to Sis here. On that body work, I've got the hangman or the hang one. Okay. Let me tell you something. We got to start looking at things from different perspectives.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And on top of that, my hang one is not upright. It was reversed.
Mm.
Okay. So if you're anything like how I'm feeling right now, you're like, well, fuck that. Okay. You want me to do what? Okay. That negative thought, that negative energy, that delay on not working on the body work is not gonna help you none.
Mhm.
Let that be the message to how you can make sure that you achieve that body work goals, is that you're not delaying, you're staying in a positive mindset to achieve it. When we talk about the deep knowing, what you got for me? When we talk about the deep knowing, I can't make this shit up. Y'all saw me shuffle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw me shuffle, right? I shuffled these cards. Okay. But I don't think any better card could have landed on deep
Mm-hmm.
knowing than the Hierophant card.
Right.
Not only is it rooted like in the traditions and the legacy, the spiritual wisdom, the tying in on whatever your religious beliefs may be, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's that knowledge, that deep knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Wisdom
Spirit's
makes the
saying this.
difference.
Yeah, Spirit's telling us this is the energy we going in with. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
this is who you need to personify of the major arcana to make sure that that deep knowing sets in like how we need it to. Let's finish off with the finish line. What we got? For the finish line, I got the Seven of Swords in reverse.
Okay.
Now I'm not mad at it because look, let me tell you something. I love the sword suits because we be cutting bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Big swords energy, air sign energy in the building. Um, I like I like cutting bitches, but don't cut yourself. Don't short yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, the only person coming after you that's gonna stop you from getting to this finish line is you.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That
Indeed.
self deceit that you put in yourself. Those secret those itty bitty little secrets. Those secrets that you keep to yourself that say that you can't. You
Mm.
won't achieve. That's why you gotta change
Effect.
that mindset. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That mindset just tells you you can't, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have the mentality or the right things in mind so that you can get the knowledge that you need to accomplish the goals that you set forth for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Indeed. Indeed.
Don't self sabotage you. That's the message that goes with the finish line. Don't let we other people ain't fucking your shit up. You fucking your shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You's gonna be what stops you from getting here. But you can.
We getting
Lord,
fucked tonight. We getting fucked tonight. We getting
that's why I
fucked
like reading
tonight.
cards sometimes with my sisters because I know this was a collective, but ho, stop talking to me. Okay? We're here for the people. Okay?
Sometimes I be like, "Oh, that's good energy. Let me get some of that. Look. Let me put some more of that on me."
Baby, can I breathe? I thought we was taking a break on me. Leave me alone. All right, sis, it's on you.
All right. Okay, give me a message for the collective. I got a double message though, because I still got to go back to my downloaded one. But I'm gonna stick with your. I'm gonna go with the flow first. Vacation. Start a perfect vacation. Enjoy the freedom. Oh, somebody needs some time out. That's where you get that different perspective from. When you start to relax a little bit, chill the hell out.
Hmm.
Stop being on go all the time. Come in more spirit. Authority. Ooh. Take on the role of a leader and everyone will respect you. Ah, shit. Tell me more.
Hmm.
And fast changes. Things will happen suddenly in a short period and in a hurry. Okay. Wow. Let me see the Bible. Loyalty. Something going on. Somebody goes from contemplative energy to quick fast. It's not kind of like it feels a bit shadow workish, like somebody contemplating their next steps. You know, when I saw that seven of swords you pull, spirit kept giving me strategy. and tactics, or strategy and wisdom, like, and especially with the Hierophant. So it seems as though somebody had to be like reset, kind of. You know how you just, you know, get your what they call your factory settings to
Reset,
zero.
factory reset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
factory reset, and I feel like that's what's going on with somebody. And by doing that, you're coming in more into your own authority for your life, like whatever that is that you needed to take charge of, you're now stepping into because you got a different perspective on it. And then now that the life can change faster for you because of the direction you know that you're going to take. You
Mhm.
get more your direction. Listen, you go faster when you know where to go. You can go faster when you got your directions, put your little GPS
Right.
on. You know where you're going. You ain't got to look at every sign. You know how long it's going to take you, what turns you got to make. And that way you could get there quicker. Heck, you made no shortcuts. I'm queen shortcuts when I know where I'm going. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I am not fighting no traffic. I'm gonna go the back roads. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
where it's less lights. I'm gonna go where it's quicker, less mileage, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You go quicker when you know which way you're going. When you're lost and confused and you haven't thought about it, it's gonna take you. It's gonna be like walking through glue. It takes a
Mhm.
while. So, also loyalty at the bottom of the deck says true friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. So I feel like somebody's, they got a factory reset, but it's also like, okay, now I know who I can trust along my path. Now I know, what I'm saying, who to let go of or who to move on from. Now I kind of know what I need to do versus what I've been wanting to do. And then, because when you go through that factory reset, you cut away at all the bullshit, right? It's a do over. You get to start again. You get to move freely, and but a reset tends to help you avoid the pitfalls that got you in the problems that you needed to reset in the first place.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you reset, it's because you don't want that malware no more. You don't want them distractions. You don't want the problems. You just like, nah, let me start over fresh, and then not succumb to this or that. You know what I'm saying? That contemplative energy is a healer. Um,
Mhm.
if you use it that way. Some people, they will use contemplative energy and they'll waste it, right? They go enter perspective and they come out the same way. They just quiet for a little while. But when you use it wisely and you actually are like, all right, I don't want no more of this. I want no more of that. I would like more of this and more of that. You know what? How do we get there? Let's start over. You know, it's really all about perspective. Let me see what the tarot say. Okay, so in the past, um, I don't know if you had public embarrassment, somebody might have public embarrassment, or that you just felt punished. You felt like you were getting karma where you didn't deserve it, or you didn't get recognized in the way you needed to be recognized. Life can hold you back in many ways, right? Where like you get jobs and you're not getting promotions, you get relationships and you're not getting the attention or respect that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? You feeling like you talking to a dead horse type of thing, or you beating a dead horse, so to speak. It could be because sometimes we don't give ourselves that power where authority it is. Sometimes we wait for others to validate us, and then we get our hearts hurt and our feelings, like they say, your panties in a bunch because you are allowing people to do what they do to you. And you have to learn to pull back and give yourself the respect that you deserve. Okay. Tell me more about authorities. Yeah. Because once you take authority in your life, you come out of the cold. You also stop losing, right? Because your price is your price. And people have to respect, listen, I have been X, Y, Z. I know who the fuck I am. I know just what I deserve. And you're not gonna hold back on them coins and then also get my energy. Like you're gonna have to make choices. Either they people step up to your standards or they fall away to the wayside. But you are not the one feeling left out. And that flips the script a lot of times because when we play it small and we think to ourselves, well, I'll never be this, or, I have to have these credentials to be this thing or that thing. We give people authority over us, knowing if we really sat back and thought about it, like, no, I've been doing this for 6 years. Whether I got the degree, a higher level degree in this or not, I'm very capable, knowledgeable, and I have the ability to make X, Y, and Z happen. But, sometimes we let people intimidate us by what they have, not realizing we already got it. And then
Mhm.
some. Tell me more, Spirit. Oops. Oh, shit. She fell all over the place. I don't even know which way she was first going to come out. But the high priestess, Spirit said, Remember I said knowing helps you move faster. Helps. I'll also manifest things to you. Knowing where you going. Deep
Mhm.
know. There you go. Wow. Deep knowing. Knowing where you going is like the majority of the battle, not half, but the majority of the battle, because you saving yourself time. You factory reset, you get past all the noise and you can get straight to it. It's kind of like back in the day, and I saw something about this and I was like, oh wow, that's true. So back in the day when we had video games, I started at the age of Atari, after Atari's Sega Genesis and all of those other ones. There was not unlimited chances for you to play the game like they are now. You had to
Mhm.
learn strategy. You had to be disappointed. You had to fail a few times. A lot of times people would want to go back and reset so they play the game and get the same type of course. You know what I'm saying, from the reset from the beginning. But the difference is the game did not adapt to you. The game did not know that you reset it just so you could play the board and know all the pitfalls and all the little
Mhm.
cues to get through it. But that's what happens when you do a reset in life. You coming up, you more now you coming equipped with knowledge you didn't have before or that you took for granted before. And then you're able to navigate life better, and then you are able to make better decisions if you choose to. The problem with a
Mhm.
lot of people is they get opportunities to start over. Not everybody takes that as an opportunity. They start over and they start doing the same shit all over again and wonder why they get the same results. What Spirit's saying,
Mhm.
and the way you moving and the way you moving, that it's like your path is clearer now because you have
Yeah.
more understanding, more direction, more guidance, and you're like, oh, okay, you know what, I can do it better this way. I can make this happen. I can, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And then the bottom of the deck, what is that? Oh, wow. Hold on. Death. And you know what I like about that is that is the best reset,
Mhm.
because death energy means you end something so you can begin again. It is rebirth. This card says death with rebirth. Death is not the end. Death is never the end. Death is the transition, the metamorphosis, the change. It's something that people fear though, because change is always something scary for just about anybody. But if you can embrace change, if you can embrace the transition, you get to let go, like the leaves. The tree releases leaves in the fall. Where if you live in an area where you have fall, it releases that so it can sustain itself through a harsh winter or just through the cold in general, right? It's not draining its energy to hold on to these little bitty leaves. That's the death that the tree goes through. And only for it to blossom and build new leaves that last throughout the spring and the summer. There's a need for us to sometimes shed everything we can shed so that we can grow. Snakes shed their skin just so they can expand. Lizards. Not saying anybody is one of those, but I'm saying in nature, you know what I'm saying? We gotta shed some shit sometimes. Oh shit, I'm missing all kind of conversation. Sometimes we gotta shed some shit so that we can grow. Oh wow, I'm sorry, y'all, girls, ladies.
Now
Dying
you
to the old self. Yup. Change is always uncomfortable. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mario Brothers. Yes. Um, but yeah, them games taught us we that's why our I'm speaking from my generation. Okay. We came from a generation where things were harder and we were
Mhm.
resilient. But when we had a chance to do over, we would shed that old way of doing it so that we could adapt and we could do it better. If you work on adapting what you got going on, you become the master at it, right? Because you done master multiple levels. You know what I'm saying? A game or in real life, you done mastered multiple levels that the first time player can do.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So that deep knowing definitely comes into play because shit, you have to operate through the wisdom of life, and a lot of people don't like to do that because they want to be reckless or they want to just do what they want to do, but there's repercussions for being reckless in your life. You got
Mhm.
you gonna pay some consequences. You gonna end up taking accountability you don't want to take. Hmm.
Mhm.
Take it, it
Mhm.
resonate. If it don't resonate, don't take it, but you get what I'm saying.
You always be on my top. I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you stop doing this in public every time. Okay, these are for the collective. Okay, not me. Man.
Ah,
But
yeah.
it's true though, like you do have to transform. There has to be some type of growth, and I really feel like even like especially between both messages, that's really what it is: growth,
Mhm.
and then how are you making sure that you don't stunt your own growth in the process
Mhm.
of being able to make the changes you want to make to gain the knowledge that you want to gain, but
Ab-
not cheat yourself.
Right. And that's the thing. I feel like that's where people struggle the most. Um, it's just so tempting to stay in the familiar, right?
Mhm.
It's so tempting to just I still want to do it this way, or I still want these people in my life, or I still want to work at this job. I still want to keep things the same. But sometimes you can't. You just can't. And you gotta know that. And so you gotta not be afraid to start over.
Mhm.
Um, I get there is a sense of fear associated with starting over, but you can't let that fear control you because that will keep you stuck. That'll keep you blocked from your blessings, blocked
Right.
from your growth. You know what I mean? You can't see, like, when you look at people that you think is like one hit wonders and then they turn out to be full blown stars. If you actually look in their history and follow their path, no, they were never one hit wonders. They've been working at this craft for a minute. It just
Mhm.
that plug finally clicked. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mhm.
they started applying what they knew to make it keep winning. Like if that makes sense, it's like, all right, I got my shot. Now I'm gonna show them everything I got. It's not no. Just you never know where people came from, but they took a leap of faith on themselves. They let some fear go, and they just kept going.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But yeah. So that downloaded message is some people about to get a side of you, and you don't know which side they're gonna get. And it's a Barbie sitting there in contemplative energy. I personally went through some of that this week, but I don't know that I forgot where that came from, but the title was downloaded once I saw that picture. And
Mhm.
I, like I said, I experienced that this week. And then the person called me today and tried me. And I'm just like, really? Like, I couldn't get off the phone fast enough. I'm like, bitch, get off my phone. But I just
Mhm.
realized, like, that some people just, not just realize, like, I'm not new to this, but sometimes people just want to see how they can get you out of character, get you
They just
out.
want to test you, and when they test you and they fail the test, they look stupid in the face. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Just
Because,
saying.
I'm sitting there like, I don't even know why this chick called me to say what I already knew. And then had the nerve to say in the email, they get the previous day, let me know if you have questions. I emailed her back several hours later when I had time to think, because I was like, it's a whole lot of things I want to say. And I
Mhm.
don't know if she deserved all the things I'm going to say because she know what the fuck she did. So I just answered her back. I don't have any questions. She probably knew right then and there. I'm pretty sure she knew right then and there. Ooh, I might want to leave her alone. But she felt the need to call and try to test me anyway. And I
Mhm.
was like, yeah. I was so cut and dry. I couldn't, there was no mask. I could not pretend everything was okay. Everything is not okay. Yup, y'all fucked up. Yeah, and you could call it whatever you want, but you made a promise and you broke it. And I
Mhm.
was still fucking heated. And I was sitting there like, she really want me to show my tail so that she can pretend to be a victim.
Mhm.
Nope, can't get that bitch that. I was like, all right. And as soon as I gave her the, all right, okay, then bye, she was like, all right. I was like, click, done. Let get off my phone because you about to trigger her. You about to call her. And
Mhm.
I'm just, child, I'm not giving nobody. Not you not getting that from me. But you will know you wrong. I'm gonna be very direct with you, but you're not gonna get that other side. You not. The thing is, what that person ended up
Mhm.
doing, what that person ended up doing is enraging other people.
Mhm.
More people were pissed than, I mean, I am pissed, but more people were pissed in a way that people could see through it without me trying to explain it. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm in a situation where that person it's like a public partnership slash situation, and they reneged on their promise,
Mhm.
and it affects the wider community. And people could try to look at it like I reneged, but they can't because the way I structured everything, everybody's roles were obvious, put it that way. And if I say we don't have this, it's because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And I don't have to throw them under the bus. It is what it is. They did what they did. And,
Mhm.
you know, there are people that want to step in their place, but we're in a precarious situation in this country. And not everybody can replace, you can't just replace people. Sometimes you got to go with the disappointment.
There you go. But BZ says she says I relate to this. Yeah.
Oh, you relate to that? Yeah.
Yeah, you said sometimes it's better just to cut them off versus trying. Like, if once you say you have made your best, put your best foot forward,
Mm-hmm.
as in trying to save the friendship or the
Mm-hmm.
relationship or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
relationship is, you've done what you felt was enough,
Right.
and then they're still just like the fuck. So since you want to be the fuck, I'm just gonna go ahead and exit stage left because how much more can I pour into other people who don't equally pour? Or how are you gonna have an attitude because you want me to be a certain type of friend to you, but you didn't even communicate the type of friend that you want me to be, so that I could tell you if I could be that for you or not.
Let me tell you what happened. I might as well tell y'all because I got to go change a whole bunch of shit now. So, um, I had said to this community partner that we're gonna do a festival in a couple months. And when I explained to her what we were gonna do and around the time and blah blah blah, I said, "Well, I just want to know if I can have access to your list of vendors to invite them to see if they want to come. I see them all at your events, and the worst they could say is no. And she was like, "Oh, this is an opportunity for us to partner with you." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "But if it's just for your people, then that's not gonna work because this is for the greater community." And she was like, "No, no, no, no. I mean, it would be for everyone." I said, "Okay." And I recognize the fact that they could bring at least 200 people out the door to come over, right? So I said, "Fine. That let's explore that." Then in the interim of making that decision that okay, let's partner. Soon as I get the key, you could come see the space, blah blah blah. They had over 400, maybe 500 coats to give away. And they kept, well, not kept, we had a conversation the day she announced that some community partners could come by and get coats. And I said, why don't I help you by taking a lot of those coats off your hands and do a pop up, giveaway? I said, because I'm pretty sure the greater community would be interested. Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I don't know why they're going so slow and we're so space challenging, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm helping you out now. You know what I'm saying? Got the people on board, publicized it widely. Within a week's time, I had mad good feedback from the school systems in the county, everywhere. Only for them to yesterday say they down to 20 or 30 coats.
It's the
Uh,
voice for me too, Black Cherry, because I keep dying every time she do it. I can't help it.
what? What I do?
You
What
know,
voice?
you just a great storyteller. I appreciate. Look, we're appreciating the different voice, so we know who said what dialogue is. It's all bad or rather
Oh,
interesting.
okay. Oh, my bad. I gotta
But
take
no, but
my
no. I
ear.
mean, I see that though because people. I don't know. Show me. Was this a shit? Fool me once, shame on me.
Oh,
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
yep. And so I said to her, no. So that's what she emails me and then says, "Oh yeah, about the space because I met with them on Monday. They promised to bring the coats to me, right? So I
Mhm.
was like, well, damn, y'all could have at least said, come get some because they're going fast and we may be unable to hold them. Whatever. So many things they could have done, they did not do, and so she caught the coldness from me, but she didn't catch the ugliness. Like I could have got ugly with her, but I decided, I was in my contemplative energy because I don't even know how to spin this so nicely. I spoke to Carmen earlier today about it. She did put it eloquently. I just ain't eloquent right now because I'm like, nah, fuck all that. And and then, that email was talking about whether or not they would participate as a partnership, and if they do, we got to hold a committee meeting. All in the same email. Just let me know if you have questions. That's why I was like, no, I don't have any questions. So I spoke to my real community partner at the location, and I said, I simply do not do business like this. And there is no partnership with them. They could forget that because you couldn't keep this simple promise. So we're going to move forward. Community will be involved, and that will be the partnership we need. I'm done. I'm pivoting. We could transition. I tried a handshake. The handshake don't work. Now, we had things in writing. She sent me logos. So you knew that was going to happen. I didn't pull that logo off your website or out my ass. This was an agreement.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
when that happens, so shit like that happens, they still look bad. They don't even know that the people that they got the coats from know that they did that to me because I had to sign up as a vendor to see if they could bring me some too. But they're out of them because we're in a harsh winter, you know? And they was
Mhm.
like, I'm so sorry that it happened to you and that they didn't, that they gave those coats away like they did. And so
Yeah.
they can clearly see on the flyer who they are because I'm like, I can't get them from nobody else in the area. And so they know. I was like, yeah, you're making yourself look bad because you were the one. And it says clearly, thank God. One lady tried to tell me after the fact, I think on Tuesday. Oh, you could just take our name off the top. It's really, a Mobile Minds event, and you could change the flyer and kind of fade it to the back if you didn't already send it out. I'm like, too late, way too late. We already did it. So I don't know
That's
what the fuck was
crazy.
going on in the background that they was cooking up, but they played themselves. Really,
Mm-mm-mm.
they played themselves. They played the community, and everybody that comes and looks at it, I'm be like, yeah, they gave them away to other people. I don't know what else to say. I can't lie. I didn't do nothing with the coats. I ain't sell them. You know what I mean? I didn't give them away.
Right.
Yeah, they got play, and they got a reputation for pissing people off. But this is like the cake. You know what I'm saying? Cherry on the
Mm.
top, everything done. Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
So yeah, I think we're done here. She's like, oh, I'll call you. I'll call you next week. I wanted to say, yeah, when you fill out that vendor form and that's the way. If we let you participate, that's the only way you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And no partnership.
Mm-mm-mm.
They did make themselves look real bad. I'm definitely not taking the fall. You see that a lot with community organizations. Some are poor communicators and lack follow through. Yeah, I feel like they got some toxicity in there because I had a woman walk up to me in October at the trunk or treat, and she knew that I was promoting my classes, and she walked over to me and she said, "They paid you?" And I said, I mean, she was taller than me, so she was up on me like, "Yo, they paid you money?" So I said, "Well, yeah, but I had to go sit in that office and ask somebody what the hell is going on." I went to go knock on their door and said, "Where's our money?" Because every week you giving me bullshit. Where the fuck is the money? And then they all of a sudden magically the money hit my account either that day or like midnight that night. Because I know within 24 hours I had my money. So I don't know if she did that after the fact, but they changed their process to fulfill, so they say, to fulfill people's contractual agreements quicker. But yeah, we once they pay me for this last class, yeah, I'm done. Bad
Mm.
taste in my mouth. Lesson learned. You ain't got to worry about me. And now I'm a
Oh, that's
partner.
right.
I could go ahead and collect coats all year round and do ours next year. If it doesn't happen this year, like it could end up happening. I did approach a couple other companies to see if they would come through on short notice. If they can, they can. If they can't, they can. I told them, I said, I understand a no. I respect a no. If you can't do it, that's fine. You know. But
Yeah, that's understandable.
girl, I learned my lesson. Bit me before they could really bite me at a festival in the summer. But girl, I'll be so hot.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, sis, I might have to jump off here with you soon. Oh Lord, vacation starts today, but it is an early morning tomorrow. My dad's gonna be here tomorrow for
Oh,
his like
I
his
got to
work
ask.
stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna be eating an abundance of papados, but before I see my dad, I gotta wash my car. So I said I was getting up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
How long are you there for?
Well, he's here. He's been here since Wednesday. Remember, so he's like a band teacher, so he'd be downtown San Antonio.
Say that again.
Every year. Hmm.
Say that last part again. He what?
Oh, he's a band teacher, and they have like a conference
Oh,
out here in San Antonio.
no,
So
you
he's
never.
here every year.
Oh,
Yeah, but this year one of his students like went to like the finals or whatever, so
oh.
he's a little upset because he can't do no daddy daughter drinking time. Because the kid here, and plus he's in the company, he's in the school's vehicle, so.
Okay, okay,
hmm But I definitely will make sure I link up with you. Like I'm off all next week, so
okay,
I may be able to spend a little bit more time going live with you while I'm on vacation.
okay. I'm fine with that. Come on with it. Come on over. We love you,
Mhm.
girl. We love her. Don't we love her, y'all? Everybody.
I love all the sisters, all the sisters. I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing weekend. And if you ain't got a man, go buy yourself something nice, okay? Because that's what I'm gonna do. Love you, sis.
Good
Mwah.
night. Night, night.
See y'all later.
All right, y'all. Well, I was a special guest. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope everybody can hear me. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, they definitely made themselves look bad, and damn sure ain't taking fall for their bullshit. Yo, I had one of my community partners is a Title I teacher. The principal has sent it out, and she was like, "Oh my God, are you like no one could believe what I said to them? Like they did what?" I'm like, "Yeah, you heard me right, even though it was all wrong. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it." I was like, "Wow." Like, and if y'all could hear the way that lady was talking to me, I found like I feel like I unlocked or uncovered her inner narcissist. Like, I don't work with her, so I don't know what she really like, but then I feel like today I heard it. I saw it. I can't unsee it no more because I felt like she was really trying to test my temperature and kind of see if I was going to explode on her or not. And I was like, no, we'll be all right. Don't even worry about it. Because in my mind, you're done. Like, I'm a Gemini through and through. And then I got a lot of other strong placements. But one thing about me is when I cut you and I feel like I am done with you, I'll let you think whatever you want to think. Honestly, I'm not going to try to convince you of anything. I'm not going to say no shit like, I'll never talk to you again. I'll just won't ever talk to you again. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she's not going to be able to pull that shit out of me. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'll let you go be whatever it is that you think you want to be. You could tell whatever narrative you want to tell. I'm so glad I handled it from the get the way I did so we don't look bad. Because if I had made it all about us, ooh, we would have been looking real crazy. And I'm like, nah. Everybody that's has their roles has to be highlighted as this is their role. We host it. The church is the location, and they are the providers. And that's what it looked like, and that's the fuck it is. Oh, that lady tried to make me fall back. You ain't got to worry about. I'm gonna fall all the way back. I'll fade your shit all the way back. All right. So if there's anybody that wanted a reading, this would be your opportunity to do so. And then we're gonna shut the live down. But yeah, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What they need to know. And I'm giving y'all a few minutes. Oh, you'll go? Okay. You want general? You have a specific question? Spirit, give me a message for my dear sister. What does she need to know or be aware of? Okay. Okay, you have indefinite and definite rebirth energy too. But that's past energy. So there's been a transition. You have been going through a metamorphosis, a shift, a change. You can ready to do things differently now. Spirit said you can ready to get back everything you had and then some. And life is going to be different because of the lessons that you learn. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh gosh. Too many cards. Um Even though too many cards popped up and I put it back, I saw the Empress in reverse and I saw the Ace of Cups. I don't know what that means right now. The spirit's not giving it to me because I don't. Well, the Empress in reverse is not giving you, but it is giving a mother energy or yeah, a mother energy and somebody crying. So we'll see. Tell me. No, my whole deck want to come out my hands. Tell me more, spirit. Ten of Wands. You get ready. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Okay, you moving on from some burdens. You laying down some burdens. I just heard, I want to lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm going to lay down my burdens down by the riverside. And I can't remember something about worrying no more. Hmm. Tell me more, Spirit. Two of Wands, finding balance has been a challenge. Finding balance in your life, balancing your priorities. Let's see. I wanna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. I ain't. You know what? Wow, I haven't heard that. Let alone sing that. I still had to be a teen singing that daggone song. Tell me more. And my deck, God, Spirit got a lot to say because my deck wants to pull out multiple cards at once. Oh, okay. So you got High Priestess energy. True Pisces energy. Bottom of the deck is... Oh, okay. So you turning your frown upside down. Healing. Five of Cups energy. Yeah, you laying down them burdens. And, oh, and you're not going to study war no more. I'm hearing that too. I think that's part of that song. But, you are less argumentative, I'm getting. Um, because you're saying a whole lot less is ultimately what I'm hearing. It's like you're not engaging in stuff that would disrupt or unbalance your life, because the Two of Coins is here in reverse. That was in a challenge and a lesson, learning how to balance things, even balancing money, you know what I'm saying, credit, probably, whatever, things like that. You are, that was the challenge and the lesson. But also Spirit said keep it to yourself. Okay, so there may be people in the past that know your situation, or knew, put it that way, what your situation was. When things change, Spirit said keep that to yourself. Okay, because that'll keep your burdens in your past, because this is time to let go of burdens. Otherwise, it'll create a new cycle of burdens. And Six of Wands, you moving away from, carrying everybody else's shit. Making everybody else your priority. That's what I'm getting. But you had to have an ending to see everything the way it is, right? You had to have death energy show you what you no longer needed. You know what I'm saying? Let it go to the wayside and be done. Um, it's got you in the energy of that transition, which means as you move along, you leaving them wands behind. You're not dumping them all at once, because if it was reversed, everything would just go. It's not that. It's more like you know what? This person meant that to me, or that person meant this to me, and they no longer hold the same weight in your life. Also, you see them unbalancing. It's like and I had something similar where I felt like if certain people were in my life, it would burden me. It would create imbalance. And I had to learn the lesson to not invite things that create the imbalance into my life, because some people will put their whole self on you if you let them. So, and then what you doing that, this is healing you. Now you're not worried about if somebody needs you or not. You concern yourself. Do you need you? Do you got you how you need you? You know what I'm saying? Which is a big difference from carrying the weight of other people just because they claim to need you. Yep. Because if you did some of that before, you're going to get a whole lot more now. Oh, you back on your feet. Oh, you doing it. Oh, you doing that. All right. Can I get some of this? Can I get some of that? Let me get this. Let me get that. Let me hold this. Let me hold that. Yeah. Yep. And I feel like you like, mm-mm. They gonna be like, how long you been doing this all this time? Why you ain't tell me you got that back? Why ain't tell me you was doing this? Why ain't tell me you was doing that? Cause it ain't none of your fucking business. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? But no, for real. Ain't none of their daggone business how you doing it, how you getting it, and all of that. But they gonna be wondering why you ain't tell them. Why you ain't say nothing to me? Oh well, I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Mm-hmm. Like, don't be tempted to brag, cause people are just looking for an in, a route. Okay, I know she'll do it. I know she'll do it, cause she can. I know she'll do it, cause she can. Foresight, yep. Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. Be farsighted and alert. Yeah. You got leech energy around you. Like people that will just take because they feel like you will just do it. Or you will feel obligated to do it. And you don't want them kind of energies. Tell me more, Spirit. Yep, many choices. Opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at all your options. Right? Take your time with your choices too, because you get ready to get set free on on a lot of levels. But you gotta choose wisely on how that chariot gonna look and feel and do. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we got exhausted. Yeah. Feeling financially drained, lacking viable options, recharge and regroup. This is what you want to avoid. You already been there. You already done that. Now it's time to thrive. Don't put this many choices is saying when it comes to the chariot, don't overspend. Get what you need. Get what you like, but get what you need. You know what I mean? There may be some compromise. There may be some gray areas. Or I like this, but I can take that. Or I need this, so this is a must. But I will consider this or I'll consider that as long as it still has what I need. You know what I'm saying? Weigh your options, slow your roll, take your time. And home base, yeah. And home is where you heal. Focus on home. What all aspects of home, the children, yourself, the job, that's all that matters. Peggy Sue over there moving house does not matter. Peggy Sue need to find movers and other support. Janet over there, crying about that dude who ain't been treating her right, but she can't leave alone. Give her some space and some time while you regroup and focus on home. Um, just make that your priority, that home base. Home is the harbor of the soul. It's the safest place you can be. So focus on that. Changing your environment, you know what I'm saying, doing what you need to do in that space and feeling good. It also could lead to moving, about changing your environment, meaning the whole house could shift. The dynamics of the household could shift for a positive way, at least for you. Like where you casting your burdens down. And I know. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. I can't remember the transition to the other part of the chorus, but you know what it is. You're welcome. All right, so it look like I'm gonna bid y'all adieu. Okay, good. I'm glad it resonated. I go. Oh, hope it was very helpful. Just push the door, girl. Eva. Eva. It's not locked. Just push the door. They're scratching on my door. All right, so take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, you know what I mean. I'm going to bid y'all adieu. Take my tail to bed. I can get me a little night drink and take it down. I had a good time tonight with dear sis. Will I be here tomorrow? I'm gonna try to. We're gonna see what it look like. You know. And then probably tomorrow. Probably. You know, we'll see. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Peace and good night.